Hi, my name is Ryan, and I'm going to talk to you guys about the Cedar River watershed. Have you ever wondered where Seattle gets its water supply? Have you ever wondered how the water supply is accumulated? Being knowledgeable could help you in your water conservation and appreciation for one of the country's best naturally filtered watershed. Many of you probably remember the 1991 water drought of Seattle. If you don't, the chances are your parents remember. The drought led to water use restrictions, including the city's first ban on lawn watering. The water cutback served as a wake-up call, but one of the biggest long-term changes in water use came from the state outlawing the sales of efficient toilets and faucets in the early 1990s. After listening to my speech, you would have gained knowledge about how Seattle gets its water supply and how it accumulates and maintained. Being educated on the Cedar River watershed could change the outlook some of you may have on water conservation. First, I will explain how the Cedar River watershed gets its water supply. Melting snow and rain are gathered and stored in two reservoirs, Chester Morris Lake, the Masonry Pool, which was created by the Masonry Dam built in 1914. The dam diverts water into two large 78-inch penstocks. The penstocks drop water 620 feet to the hydroelectric power plant at the Cedar Falls, the birthplace of Seattle City Light. After the water generates electricity, it is released back into the river and continues to flow downstream to the Landsberg, Washington, where it is piped down to Seattle. The Cedar River watershed is over 90,000 acres of land owned by the city of Seattle. It's beautiful. The watershed is carefully managed to supply the clean drinking water to 1.4 million people in Seattle and still growing, as well as downstream water flows for salmon, lakes, and lochs. The city of Seattle is required by law to maintain clean drinking water for everyone. To ensure clean drinking water, the city restricts public access. The Cedar River is an unfiltered water supply that processes some of the best water in the world. The Cedar River water meets or exceeds all federal standards for drinking water. More than 50 samples are tested daily for a variety of diseases, chemicals, and contaminants. Predicting the water supply is difficult, as predicting the weather. Maintaining it is as delicate balancing act. In an average year, the two reservoirs have enough water storage for one water cycle year. If not enough water is released in the winter, there could be tons of floods. If too much is released, there won't be enough stored for the summer months to come. Now that I have explained some of the facts about the Cedar River watershed, let's review them. The Cedar River watershed is over 90,000 acres. The watershed is carefully managed to provide drinking water to 1.4 million people. Melting snow and rain feed the watershed. The Cedar River watershed supplies some of the world's best naturally filtered water. Another reason to be proud to live in the Pacific Northwest. Thank you for listening to my informative speech today, and have a nice day.